Hello and welcome to Media Pool. My name is Victoria and this is my second video essay for my final year module Viral Video at the University of Liverpool. In this video essay I will reflect on my learning and development of skills throughout the module with a specific focus on my experience working in a team to produce 2 videos during semester 2. To support my reflection, I will critically engage with a range of media theories, and I will start off by analysing how my group applied contagious characteristics to our videos, drawing on Burgess' STEPS framework. Secondly, I will discuss how my group considered different genre characteristics in our planning and production of our videos to ensure we created engaging content which also met the aims of the clients. I will then move on to discuss and reflect on the teamwork I have experienced during semester 2, focusing on how our team moved through Tuckman's 4 stages of team development, as well as reflecting on my own contributions to the team. I will also show how our group created a social media promotion plan and reflect on the success of this, especially drawing on Granovetter's work on weak and strong ties. This video essay will conclude with final reflections on my experience and how I believe it has enhanced my employability, in addition to providing 2 action points related to how I plan to further develop the skills I have gained in the future. Burgess' STEPS framework suggests 6 characteristics which can help make content contagious and likely to spread from person to person through word of mouth and social influence. The characteristics being social currency, triggers, emotion, public, practical value and stories. University of Liverpool School of Medicine, a tour around the clinical skills learning zone, was the first video we produced as a group. As the title suggests, it aimed to promote one of the School of Medicine's facilities with the target audience being current and prospective students as well as the general public. We wanted to strike a balance between informative and engaging, and therefore particularly focus on the contagious characteristics of practical value by showing the viewer around the facility and communicating a sense of what it offered, as well as emotion by trying to play on the viewer's curiosity and unfamiliarity with the learning zone. We also considered the story's characteristic by providing a narrative with the presenter exploring the learning zone with the aim of the viewer imagining themselves visiting the facility for the first time, in addition to a general entertainment value. We hoped that the combination of these contagious characteristics would help us achieve the aim of the video being both informative and engaging, and I would argue that the reach and life cycle of the video indicates a partial success. The video was published on the 20th of March, and by looking at the YouTube metrics it had a growth phase for a few days before it reached its peak of 157 daily views on the 25th. The video reached a second peak on the 29th of March before moving into what resembles a decay phase. Based on the fact that the video currently has 800 views, I believe the video successfully achieved the characteristics of practical value, emotion and stories. Based on the feedback received from our module leader, which stated that the video did well in showing the viewer around the learning zone and communicating what the facility offers, we also managed to make the video informative, perhaps more than engaging. In the production of this video, our team encountered several challenges which prevented us from producing the video idea we originally proposed, which I believe resulted in a less engaging video, which is something I will further discuss later in the essay. Our second video, Who Wants to Be a Volunteer, was produced with the aim of providing information on the work of the Friends of Williamson's Tunnels, with a great emphasis on encouraging and informing viewers on how they can become volunteers within the organisation. The team learnt from the challenges we faced in the making of the first video, and therefore spent more time in the pre-production phase of this video to make sure that we made a feasible production plan, as well as thoroughly considering how we could apply contagious characteristics in order to make the video go viral. We also wanted this video to be both informative and engaging, and to ensure engagement we put a stronger emphasis on applying the emotion characteristic compared to what we did with the first video. We were inspired by the game show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and the video was clearly inspired by the concept from start to finish. It was even evident in the title, as we used a pun by changing the word millionaire to volunteer. Our wish was that the video would play on the popularity of the game show in order to evoke a sense of familiarity and curiosity with the viewer, as well as adding a strong entertainment value. We felt that the practical value of the video, such as what the volunteers do, was packed into an engaging format in a much higher degree than the first video. Although the life cycle of the second video could indicate that it did not achieve its contagious characteristics, I would argue that this is rather due to weaker promotion of the video on social media, which I will further discuss later in the video essay. I am confident in stating that our second video struck the balance between informative and engaging in a much higher degree than the first one, and by more successfully applying both the characteristics of emotion and practical value. Looking back on the year I have been taking in viral video, I feel like Burgess' STEPS framework is the theory I have considered the most in the production of my videos in both semester 1 and 2. It helped me gain an understanding of what a video should include in order to go viral and spread from person to person, which is an understanding I hope to use and further develop in my future career. In the production of our 2 videos, my group considered different elements of genre characteristics in order to design engaging videos which met the client's aims. For the first video, we initially proposed the idea of a cultural video aiming to explore the history of the red brick building where the Learning Zone now takes place, as it used to be the Liverpool Royal Infirmary. We thought the cultural aspect would help to engage the general public, but due to what might be seen as both poor planning and unforeseen circumstances on the day, we ended up with a more educational video which aimed to inform both students and the general public about the Learning Zone facility. Throughout the whole process, we wanted the video to be short, informal, to feature talking heads and fast-paced speech, which I believe was a strength, as Guo et al. Argue that this makes an educational video more engaging. On the day of shooting, we still went with the narrative of a presenter exploring the building, but instead of the cultural aspect, it focused more on the presenter's initial reactions and impressions of the facility in order to communicate a general sense of what it could offer to student doctors. We put a strong emphasis on the video being informal, as we believed that it would add an entertainment value which could make the video more engaging. However, the client stated in the brief that they wanted the video to have a welcoming, trustworthy, professional and innovative tone, so when we first sent in our first edit, they denied permission for publishing as they thought our approach perhaps was a little too unprofessional. Looking back, I realised that our first edit might have been a little too informal for an educational video, which is why our group was determined to re-edit the video to ensure we fulfilled the client's wishes. We gained permission to publish our edit, and I believe we still ended up with an informal video without compromising its professional tone. I also think the video had a marketing approach, for example as it ended with a call to action encouraging the viewer to visit the School of Medicine's website for more information about the Learning Zone. Our video for the Friends of Williamson's Tunnels reminded more of a social video, as it helped to make a social cause more visible and aimed to contribute to a social movement. The aim of the video was to mobilise support for the organisation by providing information on the important work they do to preserve Liverpool heritage, as well as the video encouraged viewers to research their volunteering opportunities. Gregory et al. Argue that advocacy is the process of working for a particular position, result or solution, and with this video we aim to ensure the Friends of Williamson's Tunnels achieved heightened visibility in order to attract more volunteers in an effort to help them achieve their goals. We believe that taking the approach of a social video would be the most suitable in order to encourage activism, and we wanted to make sure the tone of the video was fun, engaging and easy to follow in order to convince the viewer that this was something they would like to be a part of. I also believe the video had a commercial aspect, as it promoted a cultural destination and encouraged viewers to research their volunteering opportunities, partly with the indirect aim of generating profit for the organisation through donations, or perhaps simply through generating workforce. Considering the client's objectives of increasing membership numbers and making the public aware of the tunnel's existence, I feel like our video used the right combination of genre characteristics to meet their aims. Escudero and Escudero argue that teamwork and communication skills developed from an intercultural environment are extremely valuable, but despite their value, they are not usually trained in undergraduate degrees. However, I believe my team working experience during semester 2 has helped me develop such skills, considering I am a Norwegian student who has worked in a team with 4 students from China. Our team worked together to create 2 videos, and I would argue that we moved through Tuckman's 4 stages of group development called forming, storming, norming and performing. We started out in the forming phase in the beginning of Project 1, where we slowly but surely got to know each other. Everyone was positive and polite, although some team members a bit shy. I think we especially encountered some language barriers, as we all had to communicate in English, which is not the first language of anyone in the team. I believe the forming phase lasted until we started shooting for Project 1, because when we encountered challenges on the day, team members saw different ways to resolve them, which created a situation which resembled Tuckman's storming phase. Tuckman argues that many teams fail during this stage, as conflicts may arise between team members, but I believe we handled the situation well by listening to and respecting each other's opinions, which resulted in the final product influenced by all team members. I think we proved that we had moved to the norming phase when we experienced our first edit being declined by the client, which was undoubtedly the most stressful situation we encountered as a team. As stated by our module leader, our team showed determination to keep working on the project to create a new edit that fully addressed the client's concerns, which required us to put our differences aside, appreciate each other's strengths, and provide constructive feedback in order to achieve our team goal, which was to publish and promote our video. I think our challenges and experiences with working on the first video made it possible for our team to reach Tuckman's performing phase while working on project 2. Based on feedback after the first project, we realized that we needed to balance our enthusiasm to get started on a new project with the need to spend enough time in pre-production to get our concept right. We therefore spent more time on pre-production of the second video to make sure our idea was feasible to avoid self-inflicted challenges on the shooting day. I believe the fact that we learned from our previous mistakes resulted in the second video being highly original and standing out from the crowd, as well as we were able to demonstrate that we had become a high-performance team, which Katzenbach and Smith define as a team who has complementary skills and are equally committed to the same goal and to one another's personal growth. Reflecting on my own performance during semester 2, I feel like I made a strong contribution to the group by having a positive attitude as well as the ability to take initiative. I have always had a strong sense of responsibility, and for this project I feel like I took responsibility by, for example, encouraging team meetings and finishing and submitting pitches and submission forms. I also hope that I, during this semester, have demonstrated some positive leadership skills by taking initiative and being enthusiastic, devoted and engaged. Considering Goleman's leadership styles, I feel like I might have demonstrated a participative, pace-setting and affiliative leadership style by taking initiative and responsibility for the group moving forward, while also demonstrating assertiveness, which Lindenfield explains is a behaviour which helps us to communicate our feelings in a clear way. As a team, I believe we reached Tuckman's performing phase, and I personally feel like I have developed teamworking and leadership skills which has enhanced my graduate work readiness, as Jackson et al. Argue that working effectively with others forms one of a broad set of interrelated employability skills. Kuhn and Lingwall explain how you should have a social media campaign plan which includes everything you aim to do on social media channels in order to achieve specified objectives. Nahun and Hemsley stresses the importance of social media by calling it a vital tool to utilize in order to make a video go viral and hop from network to network. For our first video, we made a comprehensive social media promotional plan, which included which social media channels we would use and how often we would post on each platform throughout the week of promotion. We consider our target audience and more specifically how we could reach out to our weak ties, according to Granovetter, this is a weak emotional connection with little time invested in it. We found that Twitter is the best platform to use in order to reach weak ties, such as key influencers, and identified which handles we would reach out to, as well as which hashtags we would use to broaden our reach. Feedback from our module leader stated that our social media promotions demonstrated a wide range of social media platforms, as well as direct appeals to a number of key influencers, which helped us reach our target audience and resulted in excellent views and engagements. In addition to views, likes and retweets on social media, our video received 73 user engagements on YouTube, including 40 likes and 27 comments. For our second video, we made an almost identical social media promotional plan like the first one, and we found that VChat and Sina Weibo was the best platforms to use to reach out to strong ties, which according to Granovetter are the easiest to reach out to due to the close relationship one has with them, as they often are friends and family. We also found Twitter to once again be the best platform to reach out to weak ties, and a tweet to Liverpool Heritage received 4 retweets and 6 likes, which presumably helped our video reach out to a broader audience. Our social media promotional plan followed Kuhn and Lingwall's advice to distribute posts evenly across the week and to not allow holes in the calendar, and I believe we succeeded in following our plan when promoting the first video. However, in the promotion of our second video, I believe that our team failed to follow our plan and distribute evenly across the week, as we did not post as regularly as the plan suggested we should. This might be why our second video saw a number of 47 user engagements on YouTube, including 30 likes and 3 comments, compared to the 73 user engagements our first video saw. However, it is interesting to compare the total minutes of watch time of the 2 videos, as the first one had 186 minutes and the second had 341 minutes. This might indicate that the viewers enjoyed watching the second video more and did not click out of the video once they were watching it like they might have done with the first one. Considering this, I believe that it's reasonable to assume that our second video better achieved contagious characteristics and entertainment value, and I hope that the original concept will lead to the second video receiving more user engagement in the future. I have really enjoyed taking the viral video module in my final year, as it has given me an unique opportunity to put academic theory into practice. I believe the module has helped me develop skills in the areas of creativity, marketing, team working and leadership, which I think will be vital for me being a student wishing to pursue a career in the media and communications industry. My interest and competence in creating video content has grown a whole lot over the past year, and I hope to further develop my skills in this area in the future. After graduating from university, I have 2 career plans which are partly influenced by my experience during this module, which I believe will help to further the skills I mentioned earlier. I'm currently applying for jobs as a content creator, and I hope that my video portfolio will make me stand out as an applicant. If I don't succeed in landing a job before the 1st of August, I will accept an offer I currently hold from a university in Oslo to study a year-long course called Digital Content Creating to further enhance my employability as a content creator. This has been me, Victoria from MediaPool. Thank you for watching my video essay.